Today we are going to learn how to create social media graphics that get noticed for free. Again, I apologize for the technical issues. I've gone meticulously in running this through, and of course this is what gets us hung up. But we're going to learn a lot of fun things today. This graphic here is created in Canva, and I was able to present it to full screen. So there's tons of options. Canva, we're going to go to the home screen, allows you to create social media, print, documents, flyers, personal stuff, even logos for free. Not everything is free, and we'll go over that today, but the great thing about this platform is that it is good. It's web-based. So you log in like if you were to log into Facebook or Instagram or anything else that you use, and it works on Mac, it works on PC. I can work on a program here at home on my Mac, and when I go into the office, I can work on the same program on my PC. If you see here, your designs are all saved. It auto saves. So if you you get booted off the internet, generally I have not had an issue where I go back and it is not exactly where I left off, because sometimes that happens. There are thousands of templates for all sorts of different kinds of applications for web and print. Again, today we're going to focus on Facebook posts, but I do want to point out that if you create a post in Instagram, it will share well to Facebook. So you can save time and energy by just creating the 1080 graphic size. And Instagram and Canva sets all of this up for you. And the other one I want to touch on was Facebook covers. These are tricky for many of us because we usually get things blocked, but these are just set up, ready to roll for you through Canva. So let's get started and get to know some free tips and tricks. See these little widgets here? These are free. They come out for free, little stickers to draw attention. We all know that video and animation gets a lot of views on Facebook and social media overall. One of the great things about Canva is that you can drag and drop. If you see that this box is selected and it's turquoise, it probably comes up lightly on your screen, but that means it's selected. So now I can move the Hillsboro Chamber logo from that box to that box, and I haven't, it's that easy. Also, the great thing about Canva is that it worked with screen commands that you already use for Word and for other applications. So with this logo, I can select it. I can press Control-C, which will copy, and then V, which will paste, just like if you were copying and pasting in Word. Let's see, do we have any questions? I just wanted to take a see real quick. I don't see anything. You can use your arrows on your keypad to move things a little bit. So if I hit the up arrow, you see that's moving just a little bit. Then if I press shift, it bumps it up some more. So you have these options to move things just a little bit and to align as if you were a professional graphics designer. Another trick you can do is select all elements. Again, you see that turquoise line. If you select all the elements together, just by drawing a square around them, you can resize them, which is another nice trick if you're trying to fill up your page. Now, one of the premium features that comes with Canva is your brand book or all of your colors. And this is really tricky in working with the free version because you can never, sometimes you can't nail it, but if you insert your logo into your design, you will see that my colors pop up over to the side. So all of my Hillsboro Chamber colors, all of your colors for your brand will come up even in the free version of Canva. Now, I'm going to see if I can stop sharing for just a second to see if there are any questions. And there aren't, so we are going to proceed.
Is that you, honey?
Okay, sorry about that. So the free features don't have a crown by them. So if you go into, and you'll see this in a second. If you don't see a crown, generally it's free. Sometimes on the backgrounds, it doesn't quite tell you, but there's an easy way to find that out. So for example, for this image here of this woman shopping, I searched woman shopping, and this one was free. For this image, and I searched woman shopping again, this one is premium, and you'll see that it has a watermark on it. You can remove the watermark, but it will be $1. Now the $1 is far less than what it costs for stock images. If you were to use Shutterstock, or if you were to use Adobe Stock. However, it's worth it to use images if you really want an image to match what you have in your mind for your design, that you use something that's licensed. Don't go to Google and find things that don't belong to you, because it's really embarrassing if you get called out on it, and it's not legal either, copyright infringements. But you do have options if you're flexible to using these. Now within Canva, there are endless templates, You have so many options. So we'll just scroll down. And the fun thing is that all of the templates are fully customizable. So if you go to the left of the screen here, you see that I have this below home. I have templates, uploads, photos, elements, text, videos, background, and folders, and then more. So I'm going to click on templates, and all of these options pop up. So if we were doing this with audio, I'd ask for volunteers to come up with an idea, but let's just say 4th of July. We want to say 4th of July. And so here's happy 4th of July. We want to do a post on our Facebook page. All of this is customizable. All of the text is customizable. So I would type in here, we are observing the Independence Day Friday, July 3rd, 2020. Our offices will be closed. So I just was able to go in there, and it also does spell check. So my Friday was caught, and just fully customizable that template. Now, one thing about using templates that I like to do is copy it sometimes, and you can just press up here above your graphic to the right. There's an opportunity to create a new page and an opportunity to copy your graphic, because I like this design, but maybe it just wasn't what I was looking for. So I can then search up here in the search bar and do 4th of July and see what comes up. I think that maybe this one's a little bit more fun. So I'm going to use it to replace the current image, but then I can still save the elements that I liked from the previous template. And then before saving, I would delete the template that I don't want. And this just, again, is just a little trick, pro tip to making sure that all your thoughts are in one place, because you can get lost in these templates and go down a rabbit hole and forget where you are going. All right, let's see. Do we have any questions about templates? All right. Doesn't look low. Brad, I can see the chat when I minimize my screen. All right. So uploads is the next feature on the left toolbar, and you have the option to insert pictures that you have uploaded or images like your logo, or you just upload from your computer, like if you were to insert into, even if you were using Word or Publisher, upload an image, let it load. Okay, so I didn't screen share for most of that, I guess. Technical. So you can upload just like you would from your computer for anything else, like I said, and then insert it into your design. Photos can be inserted from the search menu, and you can create search photos all day long. There are so many options in free photos, so I'll just say woman shopping again. And then we see these crowns, that means they're pro. And here's that one that I used earlier for free. And I just insert it and drop it onto my presentation. Next, we have elements. These are the cool features within Canva that make Canva great. You have grids, so you can create canvases within Canva and then overload your pictures and show different products and features that you want to display. And sometimes you just resize, and there's just so many options within this. Also in Elements, we have the opportunity to create frames. These are one of my favorite things to do, which is create like a circle. And then I'll go over to photos and I'll drag in a picture, position it just a little bit, drag and drop. And then that shape is now a circle with the frame. You can also just insert basic shapes, and you can also insert all of these into your templates if you feel like you need to pop a color. Also, there are stickers, which are really cool because you get to save as a PDF or as a PNG file or a GIF file. So you can actually create videos for Facebook using these elements. So the sky is the limit on what you can do with these. And we'll say festive vibes because we're just going to get over the technical difficulties of the day. There are also gradients, which are another cool feature that you can insert into your design. We'll say this circle here. Now, the fun thing about gradients is you can go back to your brand colors. So if you see here, I've got the Hillsboro Chamber purple for one of them, and the other one I want to make it a little darker. And then I'll go to my uploads and I'll throw a logo on it. And there we have some branding. Let's see, do we have any questions? I'm having a hard time seeing the questions without the, okay, let's see, I'm gonna answer some questions. When you search the free included, see, it does not filter for free images, which makes it painful. It is painful. It is painful, Becky, to scroll through. The good thing is you can upload your own images. I guess I'll just talk about, I mean, I really wanted to stick with the fact that we could use this program for free today. But I will say that it's only $12.95 per month if you pay monthly. It's $9.99 per month if you pay yearly. So if you think of what it would cost you to buy the photos, if you were, that's why I said if you were about to get 10 photos, you should probably get a premium plan. And that's all I've ever had. I've never needed to license anything beyond that in my entire career. And I've managed social media campaigns for multi-million-dollar companies. So so the Pro I would recommend, but I did want to show how to create free graphics today because some of us, you know, $100 is still a lot of money when we're trying to figure out how to keep the doors open. And that's why I'm showing these free features. And it does get painful. It can get painful, but it can be done. And sometimes even for pictures, you would upload your inventory or things you want to show, and then you could share them as a inserted into one of the templates to make it your own. So there's a workaround for that. Now I'm going to talk about text. You know, I love, my favorite thing in the whole world, and the one thing I love to create is images and text overlay, and just enough text to tell a little bit of the story. So within Canva, you have the opportunity to create different text elements. Like I just added a heading, a subheading, and a little body of text. This is automatic. Up, if you look at the top here, just below the blue where it says Open Sans Light, I can change all of the text. Now, again, there is premium text. You'll see that crown. So those would be something I wouldn't use within this project, but there are lots of great text fonts rather that are free, that are just totally customizable. Another thing about text that you can do is you can change the color. You can change the size first. You can change the color to whatever color you want. Again, I can go back to my brand colors. You can, if the font allows you to make it bold, these are the same features that you have in working within your word processing software. You can change the spacing. So these are just options with the basic text. Then if I wanted some cooler text and I'm just trying to design and I want to insert this here and make it my own. So we'll say, we'll do celebrate Christmas in July, sales all month long. So now you have somewhat of a graphic, somewhat of a text that you can overlay onto something related to Christmas in July. And then in your post, you would put something that goes into more detail, but always try and keep your text pretty simple and just be as bold as possible. There are also videos and free videos. So this is one that I just pulled over from, again, we're going to the left toolbar, going to the next tab, which is videos. You can insert videos into your social media. And the coolest part is that I can go back up here to my text. I'm going to copy. I'm going to copy my Christmas in July. I'm going to bring it here. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to make it white. And now I can play the video. And she's floating in the water, and I'm promoting Christmas in July. She's swimming right through sales all month long. So you have tons of options with videos. Again, some of them are premium. Lots of them are free. And if you go over to the tab here, it'll just pull in the elements. You do have to resize, but again, just grab by the corners and the top, make it fit what your image, what your screen is. And it crops itself so you don't have some of the features that you have in when you're in Acrobat or Illustrator. It's actually much easier than using graphic design software, even for graphic designers. There are also endless backgrounds, lots and lots of options for backgrounds within Canva. And you can go down to background and you can change the background to be anything you want it to be, any color. Sometimes, again, when you go to it, it'll tell you if it's free. This one here, it doesn't say free, so this one would cost $1. But there are so many options that are free when I check in the background, and I can search. Let's say I want to do an ocean background. So this here is free, and I just clicked ocean background. Let's see if there's any questions on backgrounds. All right, looks like we're good. Let's keep going. All right, so then there's more. And these is like some really cool things that I don't use often, but I wish that I had an opportunity to use them more often. Again, if you go to that left toolbar under More, it connects to your Facebook account, Google Maps, Google Drive, Instagram, Dropbox. You can upload what you've got there and share, and then Giphy, which is so cool because you can put a GIF in here. So let's make a design. Let's do Christmas. So we've got Charlie, we've got the iconic Christmas GIF right here. Singing under the stars. Now I'm going to go ahead and make that background black. And for fun, I'm going to upload an image. Go to upload. I'm going to get my flamingo. And we're just having fun here. For Christmas in July, for Hillsboro, I'm going to put the flamingo on Snoopy's house. Then I'm going to add some text. Make sure it's white. Okay, and do join us for Christmas, July. And then I can resize that. And now I have a file I can download as a video and share on Facebook. All right, so again, you can save as a PNG file and a JPEG file, which is what you would use for social media. If you're creating a print project, you can save as a PDF. You also have the opportunity to save as a GIF file, which will upload to Twitter. Facebook doesn't like you to upload GIF files. It likes you to choose them from a link. An MP4 video. So with that being said, let's create social media graphics. Does anybody have an idea of what we could create a social media graphic for? Check chat.
Something to do with summer travels, maybe summer vacation or something like, you know, you want to share your experience with everyone.
I guess there's a question from Becky about if there are any tips to managing, and there are folders. There are folders over here where you can create your folders if it's purchased, but you can also like images within Facebook and use the free version, or within Canva, sorry about that, and use the free version. That is totally doable. Also, you can download the videos, your images, and create your own folder. Sorry I couldn't be more help on narrowing down the images. Again, with the premium feature, you do get the opportunity to use the folders, and that is one way to keep things organized, especially working with teens. But that's great advice, Becky. So let's create a simple social media graphic just using a template. I'm going to go to Instagram posts, and I think this one here looks pretty cool. It's free images. I'm going to add some text into it, where business happens. Now this background doesn't work really for me, so I'm going to choose a new background that is free. I'm going to use a color actually. I'm going to do purple. Go to my uploads, to my logo. I'm going to add the white logo also, and you'll see why. Now I'm going to go to the background, and my chamber logo colors have been inserted. So I just deleted that. And now I have a cute little post I can share on social media. Now up here at the top of the screen, you have your download button. You have download to different file types, again, PNG, JPEG, PDF, PDF print, if you're going to send it out and you need it to be high quality, like a flyer or a brochure. A PDF standard I would use more for if I was sharing it on my web page, something that pulls up much faster, or an MP4 video. Well, this is a still image, so we're going to save it as a PNG. When I click download, it's going to remind me that I can purchase this stuff for free, but I'm going to say continue editing, and then I will just save this into the folder that I choose on my computer. All right, does that make sense? Did I go too fast on that? Pampy, yes, you can resize you can resize the template before you start designing it within the templates. You cannot resize anything until you cannot resize once you're in there. It'll ask you to purchase the full version. Sorry if I'm not getting to these questions fast enough. I just don't know why my speakers aren't working. So I think we have Christmas in July coming up, which is a pretty big deal. So we're gonna create something from scratch using different elements so that we can put something on social media about Christmas in July. So I want to insert a gradient background because of all of our branding. Whoops. I'm going to go down to gradients, under elements, gradients, and see all of my options. See this square. I'm going to resize this square to fit my Instagram post size. Now, up here, up at the top, sort of over to the left, we've got the colors that are within this gradient. We've got this beautiful teal and we've got this nice purple. And I'm gonna leave those for now, but I can change the color. Like if I wanted the purple to change to a white, which also aligns with our branding for this project, that is totally doable within gradients. And I think that's really nice because you can, when you're creating text overlay and art, having the color options to match your brand design really makes a difference, because we know when we're consistent with our branding and our colors and our logos, we get noticed more and more and more through various forms of media, and that's how we promote ourselves. So I've already uploaded the flamingo. So I am going to insert the flamingo just by going over to uploads, and I dragged and dropped the flamingo. It was super easy. Again, if you have these organized like this is here, it is much easier than going through the photos. But I think in my career, I go through a lot of photos. I go down the rabbit hole quite often for looking for the appropriate photos for any project. I'm gonna add some text. We're gonna do Christmas in July. I'm going to shrink it so we're not cutting that. And then I know that we wanted to use a serif font for this particular one. So I'm going to go up to the fonts. I'm going to find something that has a serif on it like that. I am going to select the box, and then I'm going to scooch the text up just a little bit so it's closer to each other. I'm going to make it as big as I can. And I am going to add, actually, just because I want to personalize this graphic, Hillsboro Christmas in July. Now this should be a Christmassy color. So I'm going to make this a green. And then I'm going to put more text. It says shop, or we'll do by Hillsboro. Now obviously all of this didn't fit on one, and we don't want it to be the same size as our, header font. So we're going to make this a little bit bigger, and it's kind of frustrating and trying to work with the graphic this size and manipulating fonts as if you would to just pick size. So I'm going to make him a little bigger, line it up with that. I'm going to make this black so it stands out. And then I'm done with this graphic. I go to download. I'll download it as a PNG. And then I'll continue editing. And there are endless options here. You can add the website down here. you know, like the sky is the limit on what the options are in working within Canva and the designs for your social media. And I'll even just show you, like, even if I just want to brainstorm and figure out like what do I want to design, I can just go into this part here and see all of the different options for templates that are provided that are fully customizable. So let's see, this coffee, cup of coffee, just picked a random one, and we'll do end your week right. Wake up, Hillsboro. Now that's not quite enough for me, so I want to ungroup, which if I go up at the top here, you follow me to the right of the screen, I can ungroup those graphics. I can do a copy on that top one and then paste it, pull it below, line it up. Every Friday at 8, oops. Every Friday at 8 a.m. And then there we have a graphic for Wake Up Hillsboro, not necessarily branded for Wake Up Hillsboro, but it's something. We can customize the background. Oops, not on this one. This background is a whole picture. All right, I'm gonna see if there are any questions I can answer. Are there any, from Teresa, are there any basic elements you look to have in your graphics and or to make it more successful size? Images that tell your story are always really a good idea to have in your graphics. I think if you have somebody shopping in your store, you have a picture of your product, you have your logo even, that reinforces what you're going after. Basic elements, I try and just use colors. I'm very big on making sure that our colors match our brand book and match our color scheme of all that we've got going on, just because the colors will pop out and somebody will be like, where did I see that shade of yellow before? And then they'll remember that it's you. And that's all, you know, we're doing on social media, and that's all we're doing in all of our advertising and brand promotion and promoting is reinforcing our brand. Also, I'll just throw in there, if you are working for trying to do a Facebook ad, you only want 20% to be text, which again, as I mentioned earlier, less text, the better, but text really can help you tell your story. Let's create another, it's gonna go home, back to the home screen. Again, when we go back here, I want to do a Facebook cover since we have a little bit of time and no questions, because Facebook covers can be tricky. A lot of times we're not necessarily telling our whole story with our Facebook cover. Sometimes I feel like it's an afterthought in creating Facebook and setting up a Facebook account, and it's not changed often. You know, a tip is if you change your Facebook cover photo, it'll get seen that you changed it. So that's a nice way just to stay in front of people sometimes beyond just posting on social media. So we have a Facebook cover here. Again, I'm just selected a random image, and we're gonna do by Hillsboro. I'm gonna do add the hashtag here. If this doesn't necessarily represent what we're looking for, we can look for Christmas again. Insert the little Christmas tree into the image. And then we can make it a Christmas in July graphic by adding text. But if you notice here, we have the space here and the space here within the templates that will show you where it gets cut off on devices. So to the left and to the right, you're going to lose some visibility on mobile devices, and also from the bottom to the top. So that's why using the templates are really helpful for your Facebook graphics, Facebook cover photos. But you can download this as it is. You can upload photos that you've already got in your uploads. You can even go to, which I think is kind of a neat one, your Facebook page and insert the picture. So again, it's just the sky's the limit. Sky is the limit. Play around with design, have fun with design. Download from, oops, I got to switch the screen. Download, you just download it right to your computer. Now I'm gonna not use pay because I'm not gonna use the watermark. All right. I think that's pretty much all that I really had to share. If we have questions, can we, let's see here. There are elements and graphics to make it more successful. Size, again, Teresa, if you use the square, it's going to be seen well on social media. Let's see. No, and the question from Betty is how much blank space do you suggest? I suggest as much blank space as possible, but sometimes that's really tricky. If you are doing a COVID alert for, you want to have a lot of information in there. I try and put most of my text in the body of my Facebook post or my Twitter post and put as little text as possible into the actual graphic because it'll get seen and read. And also the text gets so small if you use put a lot of text into your graphics and it's really text heavy, you can't have it be larger text. So it can't, it's a lot to read on a phone or on the computer and people won't stop and look at it. You want to engage people. You want your graphics to be what people see and stop and ask you a question, because that's all we're doing in marketing is we're just out there trying to promote our brand and promote our business. And when people need us, they'll know where to find us. They may not need us today, but when they need us, they'll know where to find us. And I guess that's all I had for questions. If anybody wants to type something in there that they would like for me to design, we've got about 15 minutes left. Oh, some basic rules and regs about Facebook ads. Yes. 20% text is all that they will allow. The great thing about Facebook ads is that you have the opportunity to go with a super low budget and get very high visibility. So right now during COVID, while all of us are really slow and we don't have the customers coming in the door, but we do want to be seen for something as $1 a day, $5 a day, $10 a day, you can get in front of your audience. So I will go ahead and I'm going to create a Facebook ad so that so you can see kind of how I would approach it. We're up here. I'm going to just type in here. I'm going to type in Facebook ad. And I have all of these options and you see in all of these very little text. I'm going to create a blank one. I am going to, again, insert my logo because I want to have my brand colors. So I'm going to insert my logo. I'm going to insert some text. And I'm going to write and be a small business champion, period. Let me shrink my logo down. I'm going to line this up just in the middle. Shrink that logo down. Then I'm going to do a subheading. Caps lock. Actually, I'm not going to do caps lock. Leave no small business behind. I'm going to set this up to do some kerning and spacing. align to the left, but I do want this to be in caps. So I'm going to go up to the top here where I can just make it all uppercase. Going to make this space up a little tighter. I'm going to make this white, make this white, and change my background color to be my purple. Put my white logo on here. And this is actually a campaign that we have running now. Very similar, although I did create that one in a different program. But this gets our message across really fast, but it also reinforces our brand. We don't have a lot of busyness going on. I would keep ads as simple as possible. Also with ads, I would use video, again, which we show you can create with video within Canva, and that gets seen really visible. I do like the idea of using a square format, like set it up for Instagram and go up here and insert pages, and then you can download it as a video and have your pictures and your imagery and your text kind of all blending together. Let's see here if there are any more questions. Yeah, I guess that was the last question. Is there anything else I can show? Any questions? Any ideas in your head? There is alignment in the menu bar. Oops. Shared the wrong screen there. If I go to create a social media post, and I'll just pick a template, and I'll walk through the options that there are. Let's try this one. So what I have here is I can align it to the left. This is just a template I picked randomly. You go up to the top toolbar in the white area just below the bluish shading of purple. You can change the color. You can make it italic, underline it, justify it center, left, and then right. Make it all caps, not all caps. And you can also mess with the line height and letter spacing. So there are tons of options within the text that you can modify to meet your needs. But as you can see, even in this, there's a lot of white space or black space in this post. So people will see what you're posting and get your message. And all of this is not about how many pictures we put out there, how much information we put there, there's quality of the information that you're getting out there. Okay, I have a question. I just create, but not sure how to make a sunburst animate. I don't want to adjust to the lower element. Okay, let me show you. Let me go back to the options with the stickers. I think that's where you're going. If you want a sunburst, there are a lot of options within the stickers, and I kind of just touched briefly on this. So I want to do sun. So I can put the sun over here and I can increase it. You cannot change the color of stickers, but you can change the size and you can change how much shows up on your screen. So it's kind of a pain if you want to stay within your color scheme and you're finding that the stickers aren't exactly what you want them to be. But Betty, to your point, let's take this sun here, and then I'm going to line it up, and then I can overlay text onto it. And I can resize by dragging from the corner, make the spacing a little tighter, and center that up on my sun. So the text stays in one place, but then I have a graphic I would download as a video. It does take a few to download as a video, obviously. And I'm going to continue editing because I'm in the free version. So that is, and I have to stop sharing to see the questions, but so that is one way. Let's see here. I have a question from Becky. I see snap to grid lines appear and now and then. Is there a way to grab a line and pull it to your box? Or yes, you can totally line up all of your graphics. Thanks for reminding me about this. I should have touched on that earlier. Within your design, and I will just go to my uploads, pick the Hillsboro Chamber logo. Pick the Hillsboro Chamber logo. And I can line it to there's a box in the center with that creates margins that can be used. And roughly these margins are really helpful for what will be viewable on social media. I try and stay within that box, this little pink box, all the time. I can line it to the left, to the right, to the top, and then even in the center. I can manually align this to the center, or I go up to position at the top menu bar here, and I can align it using these features. But that pink box will get me right to the center. I've got 2 lines. I know that that is centered up for the Hillsboro Chamber. Okay, stickers. Where were the stickers? We hid the stickers. Stickers are under Elements. Go to the left toolbar, go down to Elements. You're going to see what you've recently used, featured, grids, shapes, frames, stickers, and then you can see all. And let's see, let's do a smile. You can search all the stickers. Whoops. Find a happy face. But they are hidden under Elements. There are lots of, I mean, we could go all day in a presentation of all the options, because you also have options for charts, lines, clip art, that in the clip art also that's cool is customizable. The clip art can be customizable. So let's say I've got this clip art here of this man with a flashlight. I can change the color of his outfit to be Hillsboro Chamber purple. And then let's say I want to change the color of the light to be yellow. So then his seat and the light is yellow, and there are just thousands of options. A flower here. Let me do this. Insert a flower here. And if you look up at the top here, there are 3 colors, 3 primary colors. I guess again, maybe I want to do like a hill, kind of have a heavy purple presence, because that's how we roll. Or I can just add there we go. And then I would just line it up and add my text. All right. Were there any other questions, or what have we got? I wish I could, yeah, please go online, Melissa, play with this, have fun with it. I mean, it's a free tool. Even if you do purchase it at $12.95 or $9.99 and you get a free month, you might want to try the free month, but I really didn't want to go into this presentation saying that, oh, these are all the cool things that we've got that are available, but you have to pay for them, because the option of the chamber, the interest of the chamber is making things as costly as possible, or as least costly as possible for our members, and kind of sharing what resources out there so you can market on a shoestring budget. You are so welcome. And also I'm going to put my contact information in the chat. And you can contact me anytime if you want to talk about, what a designer, want to email me something you've gotten and want some feedback. That's what we're here for. At Chamber, we are here to help our members, even if it's just, talking about a little graphic. Thank you.
All right, everyone. This was interesting in how well she maneuvered without being able to hear from us, but phenomenal information. And if any of you are wondering, and I know we've received a lot of compliments from folks that have said, oh my gosh, the Hillsboro Chamber does such a great job of communicating. That's Jen Little. She's behind the scenes creating our image. She's our brand manager, a graphic designer, and really appreciate the fact that she's able to share with you the tricks of the trade, so to speak, but really can't thank her enough for how she's amplified our voice with our members and with the business community in general, but especially during this time when everyone is really, really hungry for information and wants it. They want it fast, they want it easy to digest, understandable, and most important, trustworthy. And that's the other thing that Jen does behind the scenes is I send her all kinds of things that I think are good information, and she tells me what really is good information and then takes that out to our community. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Jen, even though you can't hear me. But thank you for everything that you do for the Chamber, but also thank you for bringing this important information to our members. It really helpful, and I love the kind of sort of guided tour that you did to make it really digestible for all of us that aren't graphic designers. At least we're not today. Maybe we will be tomorrow because of you, Jen Little. Thank you all very much. Have a great and safe rest of your day. Take care.